I know who that is. Here we go. Wow.
I need to hear the... Hey guys, welcome back to our reaction to Avatar: The Last Airbender, the live action version. We watched the first episode and we enjoyed it, but we did have some mixed feedback. I think a lot of people seem to be really enjoying the show and like defending it.
Yeah, people's comments made me a little encouraged because, not to say that we're going to definitely have the same opinions as other people are, but folks seem to be enjoying, the show throughout. So I'm very curious to see what they do that convinces people that that it's definitely worth watching.
And we don't expect it to be shot for shot remake exactly matching the original. Of course they have to adapt it, but I think the main thing that we were saying is that the changes need to be like not just in consideration of what is feasible for a live action production, but like they also need to make sense for the story and be still like good storytelling decisions. Especially when you have such a good original material, it's very difficult to change that when it's already so good, and you know what I mean?
Only because the issues would be more glaring.
Yeah.
The fact is that whatever change you make will either, hopefully most changes are neutral, but a lot of times changes can either, they should be beneficial to the adaptation, but sometimes they can be, and I'm not talking about Avatar, I'm just talking generally, sometimes they can be detrimental, right? So the question is, how many changes for Avatar are going to be beneficial versus how many are going to be detrimental? We're going into this completely open-minded and really excited to get into what it has in store as major Avatar: The Last Airbender fans. We're folk who have watched the original multiple times and super fans, love it. And so this is definitely something special for us. Whether or not we totally vibe with this doesn't take away from the fact that we're just excited to be here and excited that it exists and excited that more people are getting into the show. At the very least, I think if people can come away from it saying that was fun and creative and it seemed like people poured a lot of heart and soul into it, then I'm all for it. So that's my main concern. Things done earnestly, I prefer than things just feeling like they are conveyor belt. And this doesn't feel conveyor belt to me. So it already feels more creative and inspired than some other things that have come out in recent years from Hollywood. So yeah, I'm a fan of that to that level for sure. Yeah. So it's all still up in the air for us, and we're totally open-minded, and we're excited to see if this show really wins us over. So.
Yeah, and we like to save our overall judgment or, assessment of a show until the end. We might have like little critiques here and there, but we really like to wait and see what they have in store as far as the entire collected...
the body of work.
Yeah, looking at it in its entirety to take it in its context.
All of those full disclosures. If you're watching this reaction, just know that we're happy and excited to be here and ready to see what's in store for us in this episode of Avatar: The Last Airbender, the Netflix edition.
If you like this video, please be sure to give it a like and subscribe for more reactions and playthroughs. And if you want to support the channel, you can go check out our Patreon, where we have special perks, including full-length uncut reactions for you. And leave a comment letting us know what you think of this episode. And without further ado,
let us get into episode 2 of Avatar: The Last Airbender.
I'm sure it'll turn up. You probably just misplaced.
Oh, it's his journal that Aang took.
The notebook didn't find the Avatar. You did.
He's a coward!
I don't know about that. But it's clear that this Avatar is not what you nor anyone else would have expected.
We won't know until we find him. And I will find him.
And in this case, it is precisely because we are in a more quiet part of the world that we have an advantage. How many places can there be for an Avatar to hide?
Kyoshi Island is only a few hours from here.
Kyoshi Island. All right, here we go.
He was the fiercest of warriors and a master of what they call the Avatar state.
I feel like his voice is cute for Aang.
It's time to go home.
What?
We did our part. We saved him from the firebenders. Our duty is to protect the village like Dad told us to.
They can protect themselves.
Besides, what good is saving Wolf Cove if we don't save the world?
Katara, do you hear what you're saying? Save the world.
We do have a duty, and it's to protect the Avatar.
Protect him? You want to protect him, the guy who nearly blew us off the top of this mountain.
It's about more than just helping Aang. Ever since he came into our lives, things have changed for me. Before I met him, I couldn't bend enough water to fill a thimble. And now look what I can do. And that's after a single day. Look around. Look where we are now. I don't know about you, but I can't go back.
Good establishment of motivation there. Oh, I know who that is. Here we go.
Katara, something's wrong with your bag.
Momo's in it.
Wow.
Hey, that's our food.
I need to hear the wah, 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 wah.
Oh, the waterbending scroll.
Oh.
This scroll has been passed down among the waterbenders of our tribe for generations. You have no idea how hard it's
Little
been to keep
twist.
this. But with the Fire
Do you remember
Nation
how she gets that
hunting for
originally?
benders,
From
it was just too dangerous for
the
you to
pirate
have.
guy?
Yeah, she steals it from the
But
pirates.
now that you've gone out into the world, you should take what belongs to you.
See? This never would have happened if we hadn't left home.
Fine, we'll go to Kyoshi Island and see how it goes.
You ready to leave?
There's something I have to do first.
Nice.
My whole life, you were there for me, and I wasn't there for you. Goodbye, Gyatso. I'm sorry.
I'm so sad. Little buddy.
That's a good moment. Cool. I'm here for it. Appa looks great. I like that.
He's fluffy.
He looks good. He translates well to live action.
He's so fluffy.
Yeah. And Momo!
Want to join us, Momo?
Yes!
Momo?
He looks like a Momo, doesn't he?
He does indeed.
Just like how you look like a Sokka?
Bet you taste like chicken.
Classic. Good cut.
Speaking of.
Zuko, you must try this. It's got... what's it got?
Quail pole egg.
Quail pole egg. Very good for...
Vitality.
vitality. This port houses the headquarters.
It is kind of following it beat by beat. Like this whole first meeting with Zhao does happen
Ask a Fire
at a
Nation commander
port
if they've
like
seen
this.
the Avatar? Everyone in the world will be looking for him. I could lose everything.
Calm yourself, Prince Zuko. You must use your tact, your empathy. But most importantly, you need to have sticky rice.
There you go.
That's how it's supposed to be.
There's Iroh.
Yeah.
There's no time for this.
That's good. See, that feels appropriate.
There she is. Giant scary lady.
Wow, it's huge.
Check this out.
Sokka, should you just go in there?
Is the koi fish gonna be here?
Yeah!
Oh, here we go.
What's happening?
Oh,
You are trespassing on sacred ground. Stop!
all right, Suki. Whoa!
Cool.
I got chills.
That might be a sign.
Oh
look
my
so
goodness.
cool.
They do look great.
It's been a long time since we've had visitors.
It looks so
And
much
for
like
good
it.
reason.
It really does.
For 100 years,
The sets are really
Kyoshi
good.
Island.
We're not here to cause any trouble. All I want is to learn more about Avatar Kyoshi.
We're not a threat.
Maybe not, but the next visitors might be. We can't start making exceptions.
We're not just any visitors. He's the Avatar.
According to you.
I know you're scared. I know I don't belong here. That's something I've been feeling a lot lately. But if you can help me, if I can learn to be the Avatar, maybe I could bring a place I knew. A world where people were happier back.
What harm is there in letting him look through some books? But if he is the Avatar, how can we turn our back on it?
Such a fierce warrior. And yet such a kind heart.
Mother,
Oh, she's got a mom in
You're
this.
too young.
I'm not too young. I just haven't seen the world.
Her makeup looks great.
Mm-hmm.
I'm reminded that Kyoshi herself often benefited from the kindness of strangers. And as the Avatar, she believed in helping those who could not help themselves. So we will open our village to our guests for 48 hours.
I get it. I know why you wanted us off your island. I'd have done the same thing. It's a big responsibility, all these people's lives in your hands. Personally, I take that responsibility very seriously. I'm the guardian of my village, too.
You.
Yep.
That's great.
A guardian. So, how are you protecting your people if you're here?
What? I'm not. I mean, I may not physically be there, but still. That is, I have to save the world first. Katara, how does it go again? I'm protecting Aang, so I'm protecting the village? Or... hey, the point is, we have a lot in common.
I can't believe I'm watching this right now. It's crazy.
Avatar Kyoshi trained an elite force in her image. One ready to protect not only our homes, but our way of life. That tradition has been passed down through the generations, and it is now my honor to protect this community and to uphold the values of the Avatar. That is why I'm not just a warrior. I'm a Kyoshi warrior.
Yeah.
Where's your commander?
Excuse me?
And maps. Nautical maps. The more detailed, the better.
Oh my goodness.
Prince Zuko? What an
What?
honor. Base. What can I do for the crown prince?
He's
As
from
I was
Lost.
saying,
Please, excuse my nephew.
Yeah, two Lost
General
actors in
Iroh,
this
no need to
as
apologize
villains.
in our lapses.
He's
Just
Zhao?
well,
That's
we don't take
crazy.
many VIP visitors around here, much less the famed Dragon of the West.
That's so
As my
weird.
nephew was saying, we are in search of maps and
Cool.
surveillance reports. We're hoping to track schools of jumping shark squids.
Shark squids.
They're migrating this time of year. Oh, they're delicious, grilled with a touch of lemon.
I see. If you wouldn't mind giving me until the morning, I'm sure we can track down what you need.
Very kind. Commander
Zhao.
Commander Zhao, at your service.
That's good.
Did they know each other in the show?
They did, yes. I like it. I like that.
Someone needs to put a bell on you.
There's food in the village hall.
Creepy. I like it. Push and pull, Katara.
Amazing! You're a real waterbender, Katara.
You know, you should be practicing too. The Avatar needs to master all 4 elements. I can't imagine what it's like, knowing you'll have to save the world. Avoiding practice doesn't mean you'll avoid the responsibility.
It's just, Gyatso used to be the one who trained me. Never really trained with anyone else.
We'll do this together. We're not going anywhere.
They feel like Harry Potter characters,
Or
don't
you
they?
could just let me use you for target practice.
Every kid in the pool. I'm a waterbender. Cute.
Wow, feast.
It looks good.
Not bad.
Are you really an airbender?
Oh, and all the girls chasing her around. Watch this. You know, when
When he has the crazy face.
No, yeah, when the things are spinning, he's like.
Gotta admit, he has a way with people. He knows how to connect, to get through to people like he did last night. That's his real power.
Yeah.
There we go.
Building bridges.
Oh, he
That's
looks
how he's
good.
gonna be the Avatar.
Like, just like,
Right.
you know what I mean? Right?
He's the savior of the world.
Right?
Right?
Right? No, from the
Is
thing.
this what it says?
He has a lot to learn before he can save anyone.
You don't remember, there's a reason we've avoided that all these years.
Avoided a lot of things by living the way we do.
We've avoided men outside of our
We've stayed
village.
safe. This boy, he may be entertaining, but that doesn't mean he's not dangerous. He's a threat, and the sooner he and his friends are off our island, the better.
The Avatar.
Yes, sir.
He thinks he's found the Avatar.
According to his crew, they claim to have discovered him at a small water tribe village. Prince Zuko captured him, but then lost him.
If Zuko's looking to us for information, it means he thinks he's still in the area. Gather any reports of unusual sightings in the last few days, anything out of the ordinary, no matter how small, and do it fast.
Sir.
Boomerang.
Boomerang guy.
Seriously? Belle, think about it.
It looks
Made it
cool.
myself. It's great in combat and hunting and...
Hunting?
Yeah, hunting. For tiger whales, deadly tiger whales. I could run you through the basics if you want.
That's cool.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good. Us Southern Water Tribe warriors are known more for our hand-to-hand fighting. And
She's just like, let's get right at it. She's more interested in him in this than it's the reverse. In the anyway.
Okay.
He wasn't even fighting. Now you're just attacking him. She wants to prove. He's like, you're weird. Oh, that's interesting.
That's kind of funny.
That's an interesting. See, that's a good change. I think that's an interesting change.
Yeah.
They change up the characterization a little bit. She's kind of a sheltered inside weirdo to him. That's cool. Okay.
Did you know she was an orphan? Lived on the streets until she was hired as a house girl for the richest family on the island. She was quiet and kind. No one had a clue she'd become the Avatar.
Interesting.
How'd she go from this to that?
Kyoshi's awesome.
I never wanted to fight, and I'm afraid of hurting someone. Back home, the other kids used to say I was lucky because I never really had to train. But I did have to train. Not to develop my powers, but to keep them under control. I'm sorry!
He just killed him? They're fine.
No one said anything, but I could tell they were scared of me. Just like how you and Sokka were when I went into the Avatar state.
Aang, you're not alone. According to this, all the previous avatars are incarnations of your past lives. You are literally not alone. The other avatars are inside you. You want someone to teach you, you just need to figure out how to connect to them.
Xiao's boat. It's gone.
Xiao? He heard something about a flying cow near Kyoshi Island, so he set sail at dawn.
A flying cow.
A flying cow? He knows. We have to get there before him.
Stop! 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 Oh! Dismissed.
Bend your knees, yep. Whoa.
A little spicy.
You're so funny. Spicy. Cool.
I only want power.
Which is why you will make a great Avatar.
Avatar Kyoshi, help me.
Nice. Whoa!
Aang?
Aang.
Whoa!
It's about time.
Can't we go any faster?
We're at top speed. Everything that can be done is being done. You've waited 3 years. You can wait a little longer.
There were times I thought I'd never find the Avatar, but it's almost worse now that I know he's close, because now the chance to go home is real.
So glowy.
I think I'm getting the hang of it.
You need to turn your opponent's power against them. Reflect their strength.
Thanks, you're a great teacher.
And you're an excellent student. Though I'm sure you were helped by your previous training. You know, as your village's protector.
Right, protector. To be honest, where I'm from, there's not much call for a real warrior.
I think you're a real warrior.
They look so much like their animated counterparts to me.
You're not even a bender, and you're
They
the
just
fiercest fighter.
they
I've
just
ever met.
really capture their essences.
Not being a bender means we have to be even better than benders. We can't reshape mountains and burn forests. So we have to fight with what we have. What matters is not the power inside. It's the will and desire, the heart. The truth is, I envy you. I've always wondered what the world outside was like, but I never had the courage to leave. I've always wondered what I'd find. Now I know.
Oh, oh.
The bell.
You hear it too?
We have to go.
Why? What's happening?
It's the town alarm. Someone's coming.
And he's in the spirit world. All right.
Where are you?
There are many dimensions to being the Avatar. You must fill several roles, and many of them require unparalleled strength. The Avatar state is a combination of all your past lives focusing their energy through you. The Avatar state gives you the strength of 1,000 benders.
I've seen it. It's dangerous.
If uncontrolled, yes. But it can also be the ultimate weapon. And it can save your life.
We're too late. There's no way around Zhao's men. He'll have made it to the village by now.
In Pai Sho, the first move is not
Pai
always
Sho.
the best. Knowledge of your opponent, knowing where he might go, is more important than speed. And so, where there is one Avatar, there may be another.
I dig it. I'm here. I'm happy.
Such a lovely island.
And we welcome you to it, Commander. Though we wish we'd had some advance notice, we are quite unprepared for guests.
That's not what I'd heard. I understand you had an unexpected visitor just the other day. Yes, I've heard Kyoshi Island has had an admirable history of staying, shall we say, insignificant. Which is why there's been no need for the Fire Nation to get involved in your affairs. I'd hate to see all that change because of an outsider.
Commander,
Looks like he's
the
shaking.
way I
Yeah.
see it, you and your men are the only outsiders here.
You won't mind if we take a look ourselves.
I expected as much.
It's an interesting take on Zhao. Lucius Malfoy plays him in the original. Oh! Oh!
Uh-oh.
Okay, here we go.
You want to know what is the Avatar, but I can't tell you that. We are shaped by the different demands of our times.
But what if I hurt someone along the way?
And how many have already been hurt because you haven't been here? Run away from your responsibilities again, and even more will be hurt. Being the Avatar means putting your duties above all else, even your life. I was like you once, but then I saw what was at stake. And I will show you what will happen if you fail. Tragedy awaits the North, and unless you do something about it, another race of benders will be wiped out just as the air nomads were.
Whoa.
You asked me what it means to be the Avatar. It means being a warrior. A mighty, merciless warrior.
Wow. They look so cool. Oh, Momo's fighting. That's great. Nice. Great. Whoa.
Nice.
They're bringing more men.
We can't hold them off for much longer.
Where is your friend? You said he could help us. Your very presence in this world will make things worse. At first, both sides will fight harder because the Avatar has returned. Hope does not come without a cost.
I'm getting through one way or another. What happens to you is your choice.
None of this will be easy. Avoid your duties any longer, and not only will you fail to save the world, you won't even be able to save this island.
This island? From what?
From the danger you've put them in right now.
All right, Katara.
I'll
The
splash
water
you.
whip. Yeah. Oh my gosh!
I warned you. No one's going to stand in my way.
You wanted to know about the power of the Avatar. I will show you what that power can do.
Whoa! Oh
Yeah!
my gosh! That is so cool!
Impossible.
No, it's not! Oh man! Wow!
That's sick.
This is great. Whoa! Oh, Avatar Kyoshi is wild. Oh my gosh!
This is sick.
Oh my goodness.
Pull back. Back to the ship!
I'm a fan.
That's so cool.
Hey!
Oh.
This is all my fault. I brought this here.
What?
Which is why you have to go.
I need the guy with the foaming mouth.
They want the Avatar, not us. There's nothing here
Yes.
That can't be replaced. And you've given us something far more valuable. in
That was
return.
great.
Thanks.
A reason to believe again.
It's like when they bow to the hobbits. Because he's so small.
Nice job, Avatar.
That's great. Sokka's like, we need to talk.
I don't want to leave you.
Yeah.
Listen, I wish we had more time.
I know. Thank you, Sokka,
For what?
for bringing the world to me.
Cute.
Oh, wow.
They belong together. Oh.
Nice.
Cool. Foaming mouth guy? Is he there? No.
So this means you don't want to go home anymore?
Hey! Nifty trick you pulled back there, channeling Scary Lady.
Mm-hmm.
Does this mean we'll be seeing more of her?
Kyoshi said I can only call upon one of the past avatars when I'm in their shrines.
What else did
Oh,
she tell
interesting.
you?
We need to get to the Northern Water Tribe because something terrible is going to happen there. Something only I can stop.
All right, north it is then. We just gotta get there before the firebenders catch up to us.
The waterbending masters there are the best in the world. They could train you.
So don't worry, kid. You don't have to do this alone. You have me, Tara, and a flying ball of fur. What more do you need?
It's good.
Really? I feel like I walked into that one.
If your highness had been more forthcoming earlier, we might have avoided this misunderstanding. I hope we can put this behind us.
Of course, Commander.
Don't tell anyone. No one else can know.
I fully understand the sensitive nature of this information. And if you'll permit me, working together, we'd be able to devote twice as many resources to the hunt. Obviously, with your highness taking the lead in all matters.
An excellent suggestion, Commander. We would be honored to have your partnership and your loyalty.
Believe me, there is nothing more important than knowing where to place my loyalties.
So interesting.
To your supreme eminence, the great flame of the world. I am but a humble servant in the southern seas. But I have news for you of a critical nature. I know this information may arrive as a shock, and you might be tempted to dismiss it as rumor or delusion. But rest assured, I have witnessed these events with my very eyes. That is why an astounding development. One that could change the future of the Fire Nation.
Oh, man.
It's Daddy.
The Avatar has returned.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Well,
it's very interesting that Zhao in the animated series, he is much more of a force to be reckoned with. And in this, and and it makes sense. He's kind of like this hothead. He's played by whoever's the actor that does Lucius Malfoy. I forget his name. And he's more like he's a little more intimidating. He's a young kind of hothead. In this, he feels almost like more conniving, a little bit more like Randall he gives me Randall from Monsters Inc. vibes.
The winds of change.
You know what I mean? Like he takes this more like humble role as a foil to
more sneaky.
Zuko. Yeah, I don't know. It feels that way. He doesn't feel as like strong.
He's more like in the original. He's more like overpowering and like
sure
throws himself around.
Yeah,
and he's like
but he's big and beefy.
Yeah.
In this, he feels much more. I like that. I like that change. I think that's a
There's
that's
some
cool.
like
I
interesting character changes, and like with Suki.
I liked everything about this episode.
Yeah.
I don't have a complaint.
It was good.
Yeah, I have no complaint. I liked this one, and all the changes I think were where they shook things up in interesting ways.
It felt fresh.
Yeah, it felt fresh,
but also familiar.
Yeah. And I had a moment in this episode where I genuinely felt like, and this is the most important thing when it comes to this adaptation, it felt truly honoring. So many homages, like little things that they know that the fans would like this. And it's not fan service. I feel like they actually are taking the characters seriously. Like with Katara, there's a moment they chose to have a little bit of a crazy flashback that she was reliving the moment where her mom is killed. Now in the show, there's a major vendetta against Zuko as the representation of the Fire Nation for her. So she has this moment where he's about to like unleash hellfire on her, right? And she's flashing back to her mom. So that they're showing that. Again, it shows that it's honoring the character arc a little bit. And again, like at the very start of the episode, that they devoted just a little bit of time to her to say like, oh, like I'm mostly concerned with my water bending. I'm like, I'm invested in Aang, but like I'm excited about like how things are turning out for me, that I have an opportunity to learn water bending. That's the main incentive at the beginning that takes her on the journey. You know what I mean? And so just giving a little bit more character, it's just those moments that we didn't get in the last episode of character motivation that I feel like I'm more invested. Does that make sense?
I thought the Avatar and Kyoshi stuff was really cool.
Yeah.
They really, I feel like they captured, because Kyoshi in the original show she is like massive and intimidating.
Right.
And she's like this giant warrior.
Yeah.
That's like super cool. And
Yeah.
I feel like it felt the same.
I think we're going to have a moment though where we're going to get conflicting advice, because she's like, yes, being the Avatar means being a warrior and being awesome.
That's what happens in the show though, because
each
Avatar gives different advice.
It does. And well, he never really has an extended conversation with Kyoshi until the last episode of the show. But they give ultimately similar advice. They're all telling him, oh, you've got to do this thing for different reasons. They go at it in different angles. But I feel like she's actively saying like, this is what it means, right? But then he'll have maybe have a conversation with Roku later on, and Roku will add some nuance, especially being the Avatar and I think it would be really strong if this was the case, being the Avatar that started the war, that like led up to the start of the war. And like all of his actions basically lead up to the whole 100 Years War. So if he goes about it and saying, no, look at like being the Avatar is more than just throwing your weight around. You know, it's more than just being intimidating. You know, I don't know. Like there were relationships that I had to, there are things that I did, you know, that like led to this moment, you know, and like you inherited my mistakes because I had it wrong, you know? And so I don't know, just I think that there might be some nuance there, and then there would be an arc over hopefully they do something like that, because she was saying it, I was like, well, being the Avatar is more than being a warrior, it's being a mediator between the nations. It's about settling disputes. It's about, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's about bringing harmony, you know, not just, and so it embodied who she is as an Avatar for sure. But I want to hear the other side of it from someone else now, you know, and add that nuance. So anyway. Yeah, I was satisfied. I think I rate this episode a B+. Sometimes Zuko and Iroh, they're only like halfway there for me. You know what I mean? Now it's probably the weak part of this.
Yeah.
So far.
Zuko, he's got the, you know, the brooding whininess going on. But I don't know, something about, like you said, something about Iroh, his line delivery. Yeah. Feels a little stiff. Yeah. But they had more of his like goofy moments, like sticky rice and stuff.
Zuko, another thing is he feels a little bit more whiny than he does in the show, where he's more hot-headed. He's more angry. In this, he's angry, but he's more like, he comes off like, I feel defeated. Does that make sense? I don't know, just like the tone of his voice, certain line delivery, I was like, it got more high-pitched and less like, rah, you know, like, I want the Avatar. He's like, no, I want the Avatar. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, is that making sense?
I think so, yeah.
But I've heard that, you know, that actor does a great job later on in the season. So at least that was, I think, one of the comments that we got. So I'm eager to see how that all comes to fruition.
Yoshi Island was great.
It was great. All of that was so good.
The Warriors.
The best thing about this show, genuinely, is that it really just feels like you're in it. It feels like you're in the world in a live action version. Yeah. Whereas it does not feel like that at all in the
movie which shall not be named.
Yeah, exactly. I think the main thing coming away from this episode that I'm feeling is I'm excited for season 2. Mostly, you know, the strongest points of the original show are season 2 and season 3. So I feel like if this gets good enough ratings and they pull off a season 2 and season 3 and they do it well, those story elements are going to be so good carried into live action. They will be so good because that is when the show kicks it into high gear. And it's so addicting. So it will be a phenomenon if they are able to do season 2 and season 3 well. So I'm eager for that, which is a good thing. If this can get me excited about them continuing, then yeah. What'd you think about Ozai there at the end?
Ozai?
Yeah. The Fire Lord?
I mean, it was just one shot.
I know. But even his presence, like...
Good?
Yeah.
I'm excited to see more.
I thought it was kind of funny.
What?
I don't know. I just was like,
I feel like it needed to be more dramatic.
Exactly.
Because in the show they don't reveal
They don't
him.
show his face until season 3.
Oh my gosh!
Yes.
Yeah, like
he's only shown behind flame.
He's like in a silhouette in the shadows.
Yeah, he's
like,
only behind
like
flame. He's
the devil.
faceless. Yes, he's the great,
mysterious and horrifying.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and
I agree.
So it just shows him, and he's like,
I feel like
the Avatar has returned, and
yeah,
I'm like,
I feel like he should have been behind the flames or something.
He should have done, and it should have been a guy. What it should have been is it should have been some guy running in, my lord, my lord. Well, he wouldn't have a British accent, but you know, yeah, basically saying news from the south, reports of the Avatar, and then it's just like the shot is just him behind the fire. You just see his silhouette, and it goes in, and maybe you start to see his face, and then it just cuts. You know,
his like jaw tightens, or
like the fire just gets hotter. Yeah. You know, it just goes. Anyway. That would have been great. Little things, little nitpicks. So,
but that was great.
That was fun.
That was a great time.
Yeah, I had a good time. I'm eager to watch the next ones. It's gonna be good.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode with us. If you did, please hit the like button and subscribe for more. Also, go check out our Patreon, where you can go get full-length uncut reactions and support the channel, leave a comment letting us know what you thought of this episode, and we will see you next time.
See you then.